Good evening, and welcome to InfernoCon. My name is Daniel Brown. I'm the squad leader for Inferno Squad in Northern Virginia. We are part of Garrison Tyrannus, which is the Virginia group, and together we are all part of the 501st Legion. Together with Garrison Tyrannus, we are proud to be able to bring you InfernoCon this weekend. Before we get started, I wanted to take just a few minutes and tell you a little bit about where this idea came from so that you understand why we're here this weekend. At the beginning of the pandemic in March, the leadership sort of took stock, and we saw that the lockdowns were in place, and we realized the same thing that everyone else had, that this is going to be a year unlike any other. In-person things were going to be difficult, if not impossible, and we needed to figure out how to move our squad from a group that meets together and costumes together to a group that functions in a largely digital world. This was challenging, and I know that many of you have had the same challenges in your personal lives and in your workplaces. How do you take a group that thrives on doing things together, in building physical things, and in going and working with communities in person, and keep them together despite the fact that the meeting just isn't possible? It's not safe. The leadership team tried a number of things to keep the squad engaged. We tried things like costume spotlights, photo contest. We finally got to the point that we could do a couple virtual troop opportunities, videos for people. We were able to do a few drive-by parades where we carefully controlled the safety measures and things like that, but those were kind of few and far between. We also started doing something that we called Cantina Nights. And Cantina Night became something where people could get together, enjoy each other's company, and play some games. It was actually pretty neat because we had people that would take the time to write up entire trivia games. And some of them were really elaborate. We had games that worked like Jeopardy. I think we had Pictionary and a few other homemade games that it was really neat to see. But it's still not the same thing. It's still not a replacement for our hobby and costuming and helping in the community. A few months ago, we had a Cantina Night, and the people that were on there started talking about things that we could do for the squad, ways to keep the squad engaged. After the call, the next day, I messaged everyone who had been there and said, would you like to form a group and figure out something that we can do? And they all said yes. The next thing I know, we're talking about what types of things we could do. Could we do some panels? Could we do a virtual armor party? Is there a way that we could have a special guest? And somehow all of these ideas got rolled together, and the idea for InfernoCon took shape. And there were all these hurdles, all these things that I thought were difficult. How do you handle the technical part of it? How do you get people to come talk? How do you do a panel online? And the people that are on the committee took these problems and solved them all one by one by one. Special thanks go to these people that have put so much time and so many resources into this. Tim May, Jim Riley, Jason McNally, James Beveridge, David Perdue, Julia Evans, and Whitby Miller have all worked to make this a possibility. They've given up their time. They've given up money to make things happen. They've helped us overcome all these obstacles, including how do we do something in person, like a photo shoot, and still keep it safe. And David Perdue was able to help us arrange private property where we could, in fact, do that. As the plan for InfernoCon took shape, these guys started saying, how do we do this and have it benefit someone else. And so the decision was made that this weekend we would be supporting the Make-A-Wish group. The Make-A-Wish group is something that the 501st has supported for a long time. And it is something that we're pleased to be able to offer you the opportunity to support with us this weekend. If you look on the screen, you'll see a link that will take you directly to a place where you can contribute to Make-A-Wish. We encourage you to do this weekend. We're going to have goals this weekend, but I think we're going to end up just blowing the goals away. I think that we're going to raise a lot more money than it might be expected that we would. To make it a little extra appealing to people to do this, Tim May and others have organized a raffle. So for every $5 donation that you make, you get entered into a raffle. We got a bunch of really cool prizes that multiple people have donated. And I think that's going to be exciting. The drawing for that is going to be on Sunday. We've had so much support for this from everyone from the committee to our squad members who have volunteered to do panels, to the garrison who's helped promote it, to other groups like the Saber Guild, Rebel Legion, and the Droid Builders, all of whom are taking on panels. This is something that has become very near and dear to me. One of the things that I say every time I close out a squad message is go be a light to other people. And this has become a way for us not just to get together and have some fun and raise money, but it's become a way for us to push back against the pandemic, to fight against despair and depression, and to say, we're still here. This hasn't beaten us. We're going to stand up, we're going to do something proactive, and we're going to do some good for other people. Thank you for joining us this weekend. I hope that you enjoy the programming. I hope that you find it useful and entertaining and inspiring. We couldn't do this without you, and we appreciate you joining us on this trip. Thank you, and enjoy the show.